why even work to become a Shipshape queen? And what does being a Shipshape queen even mean? My friends, many women do not know their own value. They don't realize how beautiful they are, how valuable they are, how important they are. And the crux of Shipshape Queen, the purpose of my brand, is to help women step into their magnificence. In order to step into your magnificence, in my humble opinion, it all starts with your physical health. It starts with what you feed your body with, the thoughts you think, the way you move your body, the amount of sleep, the amount of hydration. Our bodies, in a sense, are like an automobile. And if you neglect an automobile, if you give it subpar fuel, it will sputter, choke, and die. And isn't that the same thing that happens to human beings? We sputter, choke, and die if we're not taken care of properly. My name's Marcy Youngster, and I'm coming to you on this channel because I have a passion for women. I have a passion for the women who feel invisible, who feel stuck, who feel overwhelmed, who feel behind, who have a burning ache in their heart to be seen, to be valued, to be loved, to be cared about, to be nurtured, to be talked to. I want this channel to be a place of feminine support. And the reason I'm talking about becoming a Shipshape queen, there are so many reasons. I can't go into all of them in this video. But suffice to say, from my own personal story, I've recognized that I've been drifting from taking care of myself. And because I've been drifting in taking care of myself, I've noticed my energy has gone down, my clarity has been evaporating, my stamina, my focus, I'm scattered. I lose my vision, not my physical vision, my inner vision. And so I decided I'm taking an abrupt stop and I am putting on the brakes and I'm putting my health first. I'm not sick or anything. It's just on a scale of 0 to 100. Do you know what your number is in terms of energy, stamina, spunk, spark, get up and go? If it's not 100%, and mine isn't 100%, then we have work to do, my friends. And I'm here to tell you that 22 years ago, I was in pretty plump shape, and in 16 weeks, people couldn't believe the change in me. 16 weeks of dedicated, focused effort, of changing what I ate, of changing my exercise, of sleeping more, of putting my health number one. And so today I want to talk to you about why become a Shipshape queen. Because you are incredibly important. You're important to the people in your life. You're important to your family. You're important to your job, to your friendships, to your church. You're important to God. And you're important to yourself. Because you have a special calling that no one else has. And if you're anything like me, you burn with a passion to fulfill what you're called to fulfill. But in order to do that, you have to have the energy. You have to have the spark plugs. You have to have the zip and the fire and the urgency and the get up and go and the dynamism. And if you feel like you're going, oh, like that, it means it's time to take a good look at what you're eating, and if you're not moving enough, if you're not sleeping enough, and make a decision that you are important enough, okay? Many people discredit us, women, and often if we are in an environment where people discredit us, if our own sense of identity is not strong enough to withstand it, it's kind of like a sponge. The water gets into us. It's kind of like on our ship. The prevailing opinions around us, in the water around us, it splashes onto our deck. We need to immediately take a mop and shove it right back out into the ocean. We need to be a steady, secure ship. We need to know who we are. We need to know where we're going. And we need to know why we do what we do. And all of it, in my opinion, starts with our bodies, our minds, our hearts, and our energy. Women often forget to take care of themselves because we're so busy pouring into other people. God has made us, most of us, instinctively compassionate, caring, nurturing. But we need to remember something, my friends. When the gospel command of love thy neighbor as yourself is brought to mind, please remember the last two words in that command, as thyself. That means we need to love ourselves too. We need to love others as we love ourselves, not to become arrogant, narcissistic, proud, selfish, but the same level of nurturing and care that we feel called to give to others, we need to give it to ourselves too. Just like on an airplane when they tell you, give the oxygen to yourself before you give it to your baby. Because you're not much good to other people if your tank is on empty, right? So your body, your mind, your heart, and your energy, all four of those need to be taken really, really, really good care of. And it all starts, in my opinion, with getting shipshape. Now, why did I come up with the term Shipshape? Because I have a brand called Queen of Your Ship, which I can go into on another day. But all this to say, to become Shipshape's kind of, I guess, a Navy term. You want things clean, you want things orderly, you want things spit spot, you want things humming nicely. You want to be able to withstand scrutiny of others should that happen. Not that we're operating according to the judgments of others, but I personally want to have a sense of excellence. I don't want to use getting older as an excuse that I'm going to slow down, that I'm going to abandon my goals and my dreams and my calling. Oh, no, 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 no. I personally think that as we get older, we have an arsenal. We have a treasure trove of wisdom and experiences and life knowledge that we need to package up and share with those around us. The American society so often, in my opinion, devalues people as they get older, grandparents, great-grandparents, etc. They want to pack them off to a nursing home or independent living. And I understand at times that might become physically necessary, but I personally have a friend, she's 92, the sweetest lady in a nearby nursing home who I go visit. Her mind is as sharp as a tack. It's just she's had a stroke, so part of her body is paralyzed. But the wisdom and the knowledge and the caring and the heart and the pain she feels still, she feels she's been shut away, locked away in a nursing home. And she tells me I'm practically the only person who comes to visit her. So my point is, even when you're in your 90s, you have value, you have purpose, you have a calling, you have a heart. And when I go over to visit her and talk about my channel, she almost rubs her hands with glee. She doesn't really because she can't really move one of her hands. But she's so flattered that I want to pick her brain and I want to talk with her about my goals and dreams. My friends, when we lose our dreams, that's when we start to die. It's called apoptosis. So my friends, if you don't have a dream in life, I encourage you, find one. Find one. Maybe restoring your health, maybe getting in great physical shape again, maybe changing your diet, maybe trying to feel younger because you're moving more. All of those are very worthwhile goals. Because to do your best, to do my best, I need to become my best. And the better I take care of my body, the stronger my muscles, the stronger my mind. The stronger my mind, the better I can communicate, the better I can write, the better I can speak, the better I can have clarity, the better I can live my purpose and my calling. And just remember, your priorities in life will get a better version of you the better you become. So if your family is a priority, you will have more heart and soul and mind and energy to pour into them. If you have a job, you will show up better and better. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know all of you know all of these things. But something you might not know, which I didn't know until a few years ago, it's that, did you know that 80% of diseases are caused by lifestyle? And lifestyle, 80% of that is diet. 20% of that is exercise. So 80% of diseases can be prevented if we but take care of our diet and our exercise. So what I'm sharing with Shipshape Queen is a preventive strategy to help us live not only better today, but better into our aging years. As we get older and older and older, we will continue to show up better. No matter where you are right now, my friends, you can reverse signs of illness and lack of mobility, etc., etc. If you're very overweight, it simply starts one baby step at a time. Let's see what else. You're going to feel better about yourself. I can tell you personally myself, when I did the Body for Life program 22 years ago, and I've done it a couple times haphazardly since then, you become very aware of your strength and you become much more self-confident when you create disciplines, when you develop stronger muscles, when you eat cleaner. You start appreciating yourself better. Your own inner self-confidence improves. You respect yourself more. Because bottom line, my friends, when we make a plan and we follow it and we're keeping our word to ourselves, we are telling ourselves that we're worthwhile. And our own inner subconscious is keeping track if we keep our word to ourselves, or if we're lying. If we say, oh, I'll do this, and then we don't, and then we think, oh, well, nobody will know. Oh, yes, you know. And that erodes self-confidence. A coach once told me, don't make commitments if you don't plan to fulfill them, because when you break them, you're eroding your self-confidence. So all this to say, big goals need good health, and they need a strong body, they need a strong mind, they need strong discipline, they need a strong mindset, and you can do it. You can do it. You can just start right where you're at with a simple plan. You are worth your effort to become stronger, my friend. You are worth pouring into yourself. Even if no one around you values you to the point of agreeing with this, I hope you can take some time and ponder this. Get a journal, turn on some music, light a candle, pray if you pray, and get really clear in your mind about what you really want in your life. And ask yourself, have you let yourself go? I know I've let myself go. I've drifted so far from the healthy, energetic, nimble, fit, toned person that I was a few years ago. And I had an abrupt awakening the day after Easter this year. And I drew a line in the sand and I said, ho, 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 hold the line. I am turning my ship around. I am sailing a 90-day journey, a 90-day voyage. In fact, I've come up with my own system for the Shipshape Queen, my own journal system, and I've even created a voyage map. Soon, if you'd like a copy of this voyage map of the 12 different islands that I'm traveling, figuratively speaking, on the journey to my island of transformation, I will make that available. I'm still trying to get all the structures ready because, my friends, I'm building this whole brand while I'm building myself. I'm rebuilding my own chemistry. I'm rebuilding my brain. I'm rebuilding my focus. I'm rebuilding my muscles. I am having to focus on new habits to rein myself in and not just drift according to my whims, which I had been doing. My friends, you are worth every effort. Let me repeat that. You are worth every effort. You are valuable, you are beautiful, and you are important. I hope you will take to heart what I'm saying, and I want to remind you that my goal is to inspire you to stay focused and to blend your fitness into an identity and body transformation so that you can live out your own epic story. Your story's not over, my friend. Your story's not over. This is one day in your life, and you can turn the page. You can turn your story into a new chapter. You can turn your ship around. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel. And please tell me in the comments if anything I've said to you hit a nerve, resonated, or if you have a challenge I haven't thought about or spoken about, and maybe I can share how I've mastered that, or if I'm struggling with it, what is working for me. Until next time, have a beautiful day, and remember, it's never too late to turn your ship around.